Brazilian elections. Poll finds modest boost for Bolsonaro after stabbing. Yes, if you want to win in the political game, getting stabbed and almost killed is actually a good way to get some polls. But hey, let's jump into the story. And look, obviously, guys, I'm not saying he deliberately got stabbed because of that, so don't take it that way. But at the very least, it has obviously definitely benefited his campaign. Let's jump into the story. A poll published by the Brazilian research firm I'm getting that wrong, on Tuesday found that Conservative President frontrunner Jair Bolsonaro extended his lead by 2 points since being stabbed at the campaign rally last week. By the way, the stabbing, it almost cost him his life. He almost died from it too. The poll also found a significant decline in the number of undecided voters that Bolsonaro's supporters were the least likely to consider other candidates. So, Bolsonaro is running campaigns centered around eradicating corruption, upholding conservative social values, and promoting individual freedoms, including promotion of the expanded gun rights. He's currently recovering in hospital in São Paulo, might be mispronouncing, after a man identified as Alex Pires de Oliveira, might be mispronouncing, stabbed him in the abdomen at a campaign event Thursday in Minas, southeastern Brazil. Just want to say for the record, the guy that stabbed him, far leftist. Just
of course,
putting that out there. Just like literally, who would have thought? Like, why is it always the far left have just gone absolute stab happy? We've covered 2 or 3 stories today about the far left losing their shit and wanting to stab people. But anyway.
Or kill them. Or shoot them.
Yeah. Or doing all sorts of things. Dalfora found that Bolsonaro's lead among other candidates increased from 22 to 24% between the latest polls, and the ones before it, taken on August 20th and 21st, giving him more than double the number of votes than the second-place candidate Marina Silva of the left-wing environmentalist Sustainability Network Party. Holy Jilly, freaking Christ! You couldn't get more. You couldn't get more communist than that, could you? It's the left-wing environmentalist Sustainability Network Party. Like,
holy crap, that is really lefty.
Yeah. Who's received 11% of the votes. Silva is down from 16% supporters in August. I believe it was actually her party member that stabbed him. I can't remember now. Anyway, but yeah, 3 other candidates: Cryo Gromes of the Democratic Labour Party, or PDT, Agiro Acamini, something or rather, of Brazilian Social Democrat Party, PSDB. Sorry, no, it was them. It was the Social Democratic Party, and Fernando Haddad of Workers' Party, PT. Were all within the margin of error of each other. Bolsonaro, I might be mispronouncing, is the only solitary right-wing conservative candidate on the ballot, which explains why 74% of people who said they voted for him are not considering any other candidate, the most of any of the contenders. Although noticeably changed in the polls is the number of individuals who said they would file a blank ballot. Voting is compulsory in Brazil, so they would not participate with file blank ballots. The number of people abstaining from supporting any candidate dropped from 22% to 15%. Only about 7% of voters said they are completely undecided, although many of those voting for leftist candidates said they would be open to changing their mind. This flexible could endanger Bolsonaro's campaign, as Brazil requires a second runoff election between the top two candidates if no candidate receives over 50% of the vote. Leftist votes are likely to unite behind the non-Bolsonaro candidate. So what that basically means there is, because they have 3 parties on the left, or 3 or 4 parties on the left, their votes are split. But at the end of the day, when they go through and they actually do the final run for the election, they would then have those four parties all merge most likely into one, and it would be him versus that major party, with all those votes likely falling in. Although that said, we didn't see that in the United States, for example. Bernie supporters, some of them actually jumped ship over to Trump. So that is a bit of an assumption, I think. But anyway. Before the Conservative candidate rise, most of the popular contenders in Brazilian election was Luiz Ensino Lula da Silva, a former PT president governing during the National's biggest corruption scandal, known commonly as Operation Car Wash. So under Lara de Leida Cesar Bluma Dussenford, I'm getting these names wrong, I really do apologise. Brazilian politics of all parties were found to have been taking kickbacks from public contractors for infrastructure projects that political overbilled them for, guarantee they would always win bids on the projects. The discovery of the sham led to million-strong protests around the nation. Lula is banned from participating in the presidential election of all public officers in the country before being found guilty and sentenced to 12 years in prison for accepting bribes. The PT made its final bid to overrule the ban on Lula's current candidacy shortly before November took its latest poll. Lula from prison urged voters to support Haddad in October in a letter published Tuesday. Marina Silva, in conversation with Brazilian newspapers O Globo, a magazine Expa, made it clear that she was not seeking votes from Lula supporters. In her remarks published Tuesday, she referred to Lula as corrupt and insisted he has been punished for grave corruption crimes. Lula's supporters dispute he's guilty and claim his imprisonment is in the product of opposition corruption forces trying to keep him out of the election. Salvini also took the opportunity to attack Bolsonaro for his support of gun rights. From a political point of view, I disagree with the security issues. Bolsonaro's prospects were not weakened by any speech, but by an act, she told the editors. Thank God the person who didn't have a firearm. Bolsonaro was several armed officers, personal security, and that did not protect him. If I didn't work for him, it's going to work for you. Housewife. Now, Bolsonaro's son, Eduardo, and Fabibo, also both legislators, have taken over their campaign while he recovers. Fabibo Barroso, I'm not mispronouncing, updated observers on Twitter that his father ate his first meal since being stabbed last week, a small bread roll and juice on Tuesday, suggesting that he's recovered rapidly from intestinal damage caused by the stabbing. Okay, where's that Brazilian chick when I need her? But anyway, moving along. Yeah, she could have sat on this argument. She could have sat on my lap and read out the names. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, good luck to him. I hope he wins. He seems like he's got some decent policies, and I like his ideas. I think the argument of, look, at the end of the day, thank God this guy who stabbed him didn't have a gun and only had a knife is a bit piss poor weak. I think that's a load of crap. And at the end of the day, look, it's like the crowd, from what I saw from the actual photo, we actually got a photo here, actually, I put it on screen. You can actually see there, like, he's literally in a crowd among thousands of people. There's no way security could have protected him from that. Like, that was just absolutely stupid for his personal security to even allow that for a start. So look, at the end of the day, I think that's also a bit of a piss weak attack on the debate as well. He's literally walked with, like, people literally all around him, literally bumping up to against him and everything like that. There's no way that a gun or a knife or whatever couldn't have been used in that situation. That was just, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say on this. I'd say good luck to him. I hope he does well. I don't know, man. What are your thoughts?
I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully he can improve his security. If it's
Yeah.
a piss weak excuse that they were able to get to him, maybe there's a bias there in his security.
Yeah, I would be asking why your security allowed you to get that close to people. Look, at the end of the day, I get you're a man of the people, yada yada yada, but there's been a member of a man of the people, and then there's been stabbed by the people. And let's face it, with politics, and this is something that obviously Americans don't get. They think it's polarizing. It is merely just because of the fact that it's Trump. But no, politics all around the world has become very, very political.
Absolutely. Dangerously so, actually. Yeah. And it's becoming very unhinged. Very, very dangerous out there right now.
Yeah, I would much rather, I don't know, maybe it's social media? Maybe we need to look into that. But I don't think it's just a case of it's Trump, so to speak. I think that's just a cop-out, and that's a lot of crap. But I don't know, guys. Look, obviously we'll keep you up to date with the Brazilian election. We'll let you know how it goes. Hopefully he'll be alright. Seems like he's going to be with a chance to win it, so good luck, I suppose. But yeah, guys, I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think the stabbing helped him? Do you think the stabbing would have made people turn away from the Social Democratic Party? I believe it was them that stabbed him. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.